The werewolf genre is one of my favorites, and if you're a fan like me, you know a good werewolf movie is hard to find. I'm happy to say The Cursed is one werewolf movie that's going to please its rabid, frothing, snarling, growling, teeth-gnashing fan base. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. The Cursed, aka 8 for Silver, is new in select theaters from LD Entertainment. It's directed and written by Sean Ellis. After murdering a group of gypsies that claimed rights to his land Baron Seamus Laurent, played by Rogue One's Alistair Petrie, brings a curse upon his family and the people of the village he lords over. When a group of children are drawn to where the slaughtered gypsies are buried, they unearth a set of silver dentures that unleash a curse of the werewolf upon the small village. Pathologist John McBride, played by Logan's Boyd Holbrook, arrives in the town to investigate a series of attacks from a monster that lives in the surrounding forest and how it ties in with Seamus's missing boy, who disappeared in the night after being bitten by the silver dentures. The Cursed is an expansive and detailed period piece, the likes of which we normally don't get in the horror genre. Not only is this a level of sophisticated storytelling we rarely see, but the sheer talent in front of and behind the camera is staggering. Set in 1885 England, The Cursed looks like a lot of money was put into the production. The decadent home the Laurents live in looks like something swiped right out of Downton Abbey. Much detail was made to make this look and feel like a story set in the late 1800s. This air of authenticity serves as a backdrop for some heinous werewolf action and horror. With Gothic manners, fog-covered hills, townsfolk brandishing pitchforks and torches, The Cursed feels like a modern Hammer film. Clocking in at just short of 2 hours, The Cursed packs a whole lot of horror into its narrative. There are evil scarecrows, witchy gypsies, creeping vines and tendrils, and of course one hell of a werewolf. Not only relying on the claws and fangs, Ellis incorporates all kinds of folk horror aspects into this one, making the thrills come from all directions at once. While I do feel that the nightmare sequences leading to the dreamer jumping to consciousness is repeated a few times too often, it does highlight the fact that the entire village is suffering from this curse. Once the werewolf does show up, it's a force to be reckoned with. Ellis uses practical effects, and while he shies away from doing a transformation sequence, he does offer up an autopsy scene that is absolutely horrifying. Ellis incorporates some fantastic body horror elements to his werewolf story that reminded me somewhat of John Carpenter's The Thing in many ways, as the werewolf bite is infectious and threatens to spread through the whole village. This autopsy scene stands out as one of the more horrific scenes in recent memory. Filled with stellar English actors, Boyd Holbrook stands out as John McBride, a pathologist who has dealt with this type of horror before. He's a strong leading man, though he also has that generic hero look that makes him more interchangeable with leads like Jai Courtney, Sam Worthington, Joel Kinnaman, and their ilk. Alistair Petrie is wonderful as the arrogant land baron who refuses to admit that he has done anything wrong by killing the gypsies encroaching on his land. And while her role is not entirely important to the story, Eden Lake's Kelly Riley plays the role of the grieving mother who has lost her child to the werewolf plague extremely well. Even the smaller parts feel like they're being played by talented and wizened actors. The werewolf itself is quite impressive. It's not your typical woolly beast, not completely CG, but shown only in snippets and obscured by scenery or in the background. When you do get a glimpse, it's quite terrifying. A snarling, hairless, white lump of flesh and muscle in the shape of a wolf. While the attacks are heavily edited and obscured, enough of the beast is shown to indicate the brutality and monstrosity of it. I can truly say I haven't seen a werewolf look like this before, and with all of those werewolf films out there, that's a true achievement. With a potent monster, tertiary threats of scarecrows, witches, and creeping vines, and some vicious-looking silver choppers, Ellis incorporates all kinds of images you don't normally get in a werewolf film. His vision is bigger than just a hairy beast roaming the moors. It's got that aplenty, but also relies on strong character acting and excellent sequences filled with tension to convey a truly memorable lycanthropy tale. The Cursed makes the werewolf genre feel fresh by expanding on the mythos while honoring its mystical past and the atmospheric landscape it comes from, resulting in one of the best modern werewolf movies you're bound to see. This one comes highly recommended, especially if you're like me and have been waiting not so patiently for a good werewolf flick to be made.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're doomed. God live the life that you are meant to be. Live inside that reality.